Hey guys, welcome back to T-Bones Tech. In today's video, we are comparing the brand new Canon EOS Rebel T8i against the Canon 90D. So both these cameras have APS-C size sensor. The T8i has a 24.1 megapixel APS-C size sensor, and the Canon 90D has a 32.5 megapixel APS-C size sensor. So you're getting much higher resolution on this Canon 90D. And later in this video, we're going to be comparing side-by-side image quality comparisons in a studio environment of the T8i versus the 90D. We're going to go over some different ISOs, and we're also going to check for sharpness and overall image quality. But a little spoiler here, the 90D definitely has a lot better quality. The sensor found in the Canon T8i was first found in the Canon T6i, and it was also available in the T7i, the Canon SL2, the Canon SL3, and the Canon EOS M50. So the sensor in this T8i is a little bit older, but it's still capable of taking very high quality photos and videos, but it is just simply not going to be nearly as good as the sensor found in the Canon EOS 90D, and that's no surprise, the 90D is much more expensive. Now, speaking of price, the Canon T8i comes in at $750 for the body only, and the Canon 90D comes in at $1,200 for the body only. Now this is the MSRP. Right now the 90D has been out for about 6 or 8 months longer than the T8i, and because of that you can pick up a 90D for around $1,000. So you're still looking at about $250 extra to pick up the Canon 90D over the T8i. And for only $200 extra, you're getting a big bang for the buck with the Canon 90D. You're getting a ton more features that we're going to go over. The T8i has a 45-point all cross-type autofocusing system when looking down the optical viewfinder, and the Canon 90D also has a 45-point all cross-type autofocusing system. The Canon T8i can shoot 7.5 frames per second, which makes it very good for sports photography, and the Canon 90D actually is capable of shooting 11 frames per second. And this gives you a much higher chance of getting that one definitively better picture than the others when shooting sports or action photography. And for a quick example there, in only 5 seconds, you're going to be able to take 17.5 more photos on the 90D than the T8i when taking a quick burst. Both these cameras have very nice and premium flip out tilt touchscreens, which are really great, and as far as the resolution goes, both seem very good and very sharp. There isn't a clarity difference between one or the other. Now, something that I really appreciate about both these cameras is the fact the SD card slot is located here on the sides of the camera, and that's exactly where it belongs, on the side of the camera. So if you have your cameras attached to a tripod, you can easily access that SD card and pull it out and transfer it to your computer without having to remove the mount to your tripod first. The Canon EOS 90D is weather sealed, so that means you can take this camera out in the rain and the snow and not really have to worry about moisture getting into your camera and messing it up. But the T8i, even though you can do that a little bit, and I don't recommend it, but I personally have shot these Rebel cameras out in the snow and haven't had real issues, and in the light rain haven't had real issues, but on these cameras, they are not technically weather sealed, so you have to be a little bit more careful with these cameras, where the Canon 90D is more like a professional camera, and you really don't have to care quite as much. It doesn't mean that either one of these is waterproof, because they're definitely not. It's just the 90D is weather sealed and the T8i is not. Now, as far as battery life goes, we can expect about 800 shots on a single battery on the T8i, and here on the Canon EOS 90D, we can expect about 1,300 shots on a single battery. But that's no surprise, the Canon 90D has these big and professional LPE6 batteries. These are very big and substantial batteries that are found in professional cameras like the Canon EOS R and the Canon 5D Mark IV. And most of Canon's big and professional cameras, where the T8i has Canon's LPE17 battery, which is considerably smaller, as you guys can see. Quite a big difference right there, and because of that, the 90D has much better battery life. Something else to note is that the Canon 90D actually has a very nice and handy top deck display here on the top of the camera. This is super easy because when you're taking a photo, you can easily just look down and look at all your settings. It also works really good if you're taking photos at night. It is backlit. You can press a button and then the light turns on. You can see all your photos and you don't have to worry about your screen being on or anything like that. This top deck display is great because it shows your shutter speed, your aperture, it has your light meter, it has a ton of information right here at the top. It saves a lot of battery life because you can have all the information displayed up here, and that means you don't have to have your screen on. The Canon EOS 90D also has an automatic flash, so if you take a picture, it's going to pop up the flash when it needs it, but here on the T8i, it will not pop up the flash. You have to physically, manually lift it up, and it's going to be a little bit annoying, where here on the EOS 90D, it's going to flip up automatically. Not a big difference, but definitely something to note. As far as inputs go, both these cameras are very similar, but the Canon EOS 90D has something that's really cool. It has a headphone jack, so you can plug in headphones to this camera, and you can listen to the audio that you're recording on this camera in live time to monitor your audio, that's really cool and makes this much more a serious tool for shooting professional video, and you can't do that on the Canon T8i. Now, speaking about video, both these cameras can film 4K video at 24 frames per second, but only the EOS 90D can also record that in 30 frames per second. So you're getting 30 frames per second versus 24 frames per second on the T8i. And unfortunately with the T8i, Canon did cripple the 4K video because they add a 1.6 times crop factor. So when you switch to 4K video on the T8i, it's going to zoom into the center of the lens 1.6 times, and it's very annoying. And also we don't have dual pixel autofocus enabled when filming 4K video on the T8i. But when filming 4K video on the EOS 90D, we have absolutely no crop, so it's not going to zoom in. And we also have dual pixel autofocusing enabled on the 90D. For those of you who don't know, dual pixel autofocusing is extremely important and really takes the Canon 90D to the next level. And unfortunately, you cannot film with dual pixel autofocusing on the Canon T8i when recording 4K video. However, when it comes to 1080p video, both these cameras are very, very similar. Both do have dual pixel autofocusing enabled, and both cameras can film 1080p video at both 30 and 60 frames per second. But the Canon EOS 90D can shoot 1080p video at 120 frames per second, which is amazing for slow motion video, and the T8i cannot. Later in this video, I'm going to do a quick little demonstration to show you guys how the video quality on the T8i in 4K isn't nearly as good as the Canon 80D, but I'm also going to compare 1080p on both these cameras, so I can hopefully give you guys a good idea of which one to get if you want to film 4K video. But overall, the EOS 90D is definitely much more serious and much better camera for filming 4K video and video in general. Both these two cameras feature Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, so you can easily connect them to your smartphone and send all the pictures over to your smartphone nice and easily. And you can also use your smartphone as a wireless remote, which is also really, really cool. As far as weight goes, the Canon EOS 90D is a big and bulky camera coming in at 701 grams, but it fits really good in the hand and feels nice and solid. Feels like a brick, like it's not going to break very easily. Now the Canon T8i is much more lightweight, coming in at only 515 grams. It feels so much more lightweight and just feels really nice. So if you're hiking and walking around a lot, you might want to pick this camera just because it's so nice and lightweight and it's not going to bog you down like the Canon EOS 90D is. But that being said, the Canon EOS 90D has much smaller buttons and a much smaller aperture wheel here, where there's a nice big and fat aperture wheel here on the Canon EOS 90D, and all the buttons are just easier for me to press on the EOS 90D. And also because the camera is bigger and the grip is bigger, all the buttons just feel better in my hands than they do on the Canon T8i. But if you're somebody with smaller hands, you really might appreciate all the small little buttons on the EOS T8i, so that's up to your personal preference. The Canon EOS 90D also has a ton of other more professional features that the Canon T8i does, like this little joystick here. So there are just a ton of different features that the Canon EOS 90D has that the T8 doesn't have, just because the 90D is a more professional camera and you have more professional features on the 90D. Okay, so that's about it for the main differences on the T8i and the Canon EOS 90D. Both these cameras are really great and you can take very high quality photos and videos with either one of them. Of course, I do believe the Canon EOS 90D is a much better camera, but it also is much more expensive. The MSRP of the 90D is $450 more than the T8i is. I would recommend picking up the Canon EOS 90D if you're thinking about seriously getting into photography, but if you just want to be able to take really good photos of your friends and family and of nature when hiking and just having fun and enjoying the camera, I'd probably go ahead and pick up the Canon EOS T8i because you don't necessarily need all the features that the 90D has to offer. But now I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little vlog test of both these cameras, show you guys 1080p and 4K on these two cameras and compare, and I'm also going to demonstrate that nasty little crop factor found on the T8i and show you what that looks like. Alright, so right now the video that you guys are watching is being recorded with the brand new Canon T8i at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So here is a quick look of how nice and wide we are. And next we're going to jump to the Canon EOS 90D and see what that video looks like at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Okay, so now we're recording on the Canon EOS 90D. We're recording this video at 1080p at 30 frames per second. We're using the exact same settings that we used on the Canon T8i. Now I'm assuming the video quality is very similar, but definitely make sure to let me know which video you guys like better in 1080p, the Canon T8i or the Canon 90D. Again, there shouldn't be a huge difference there, but who knows, there might be. But now we're going to switch over to 4K on the Canon EOS 90D at 30 frames per second. Alright, so we're still in the 90D, but now we are filming the video in 4K. So we're filming at 4K at 30 frames per second on the Canon EOS 90D. And as you guys probably can see here, The video quality is really good. I'm zooming all the way into 18mm here, and I'm going to zoom all the way back out to 10mm, but I really like the video quality coming out of the Canon 90D when filming 4K at 30 frames per second. But now we're going to go ahead and switch over to the Canon T8i and film the video in the best possible resolution, which is 4K at 24 frames per second. Alright, so now we jumped over to the Canon T8i and we're filming 4K video at 24 frames per second. And here we can see that the video quality is not nearly as good as it was on the Canon 90D. One of the reasons is because we're using a phase detect system, so the autofocusing system isn't really as good. Plus, you have that 1.6 times crop factor, and that's why we're zoomed into my face. I'm filming all the way wide at 10mm. If I zoom in, it gets really, really tight to 18. But here, because we have that 1.6 times crop factor, this is the absolute widest we can get on the Canon T8i. When filming 4K video on the T8i at 10mm with the 10 to 18mm lens, this is the widest we can go. And again, the autofocus system isn't nearly as good because we're using a phase detect autofocusing system instead of the dual pixel autofocusing system that was found on the Canon EOS 90D when filming 4K video at 24 or 30 frames per second. So first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna zoom in and check for overall sharpness. And for our color composition, here we can see there's a little bit more detail here on this little curve, and maybe a little more detail here on the lettering. Let's move up towards the top of the camera and take a look at this text here. And again, I think it's a little bit sharper here on the EOS 90D. If you look at the little dust here and the grime, it just looks a little bit sharper here on the 90D. You're gonna have a little bit more clarity. Let's take a look at the bokeh here and check for noise. And here, both these pictures were shot at ISO 100, and again, both use the exact same settings, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't be a good comparison. And here, the 90D looks like it has a little bit more grain. Of course, we have to keep in mind that the EOS 90D has a higher megapixels count on the exact same sensor size, so every single megapixel on the 90D is going to be smaller than on the Canon T8i. And smaller pixels means that less light is going to be coming into each individual pixel, and because of that, sometimes you get more noise in low light situations like the background here. So I think the T8i has a little better noise reduction here in the shadows, and I think overall the photo here on the right that was shot with the Canon 90D is sharper. Okay, so now we stepped up our ISO all the way to ISO 6400. Again, left is the T8i and right is the Canon 90D. And from far away, it almost looks like the T8i has a little bit less grain and is a little bit sharper than the 90D, but let's go ahead and zoom in here and check for sharpness. Again, I tried to use the exact same settings and line it up the exact same way, so we shouldn't really have too much of a difference here. And here we can see the blacks in the T8i look a little bit better than the Canon EOS 90D. But again, I think there's more detail here on the 90D. We have a little bit of extra sharpness, even though at the same time there's a little bit more grain in the 90D, if that makes sense, because again, we have smaller pixels here. So let's go ahead and check the bokeh, and here we can see, I think the 90D looks a little bit more grainy than the T8i. If we move over here, we can see that again, it looks a little bit sharper here on the EOS 90D. It seems like things are just a little bit sharper over here, but basically very, very similar results. Now let's take a look at the photos with the max ISO. Okay, so now we have both photos here and we shot them at the max ISO of ISO 25,600. Again, left is T8i and right is 90D. So let's go ahead and zoom in and check for sharpness and quality. And here we can see they are very, very similar. It's very hard to tell if one is sharper than the other. The quality of the text here is very similar. Again, I think we might have a tiny bit more noise with the 90D, again, because of its higher megapixel count, but overall it is very similar. Again, there's more sharpness here in the K, but also more noise here in the red. So we have more sharpness because of the higher megapixel count, but we have more noise again because of the higher megapixel count. So this is very interesting, and we have very, very similar results. I do know, and I didn't actually test this because I forgot to, I do know that the Canon 90D hires dynamic range a little bit better. But overall, very, very similar image quality. I do think that the Canon EOS 90D is definitely sharper, especially if we zoom out here. We can just tell there's more detail here on the 90D, but at the same time, just a little bit more grain. Well, that's all I got for you guys in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up below. And of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to my YouTube channel. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to answer them all. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.